So, Jerry, you were there. What did you make of KD's debut with the Suns? Russell Westbrook made his debut with the LA Clippers this past week. What have you made of Kyrie so far? I think he's looked pretty good. So, my question to you guys is: are the Lakers cooked?
What is up, guys? Welcome back. We are back with the I Got Next podcast after a brief all-star break. Tomer and Jerry just got back from a lovely honeymoon in Salt Lake City. It's good to have you back, guys. Back under regular hours.
Good to be back. Good to be back,
Miss you
man.
guys, baby. So I asked Tomer if I could bring in the intro. I know that you're hosting this week's episode because Tomer did me the double ugly of abandoning me for Jerry in Salt Lake City, and he's bringing up a topic that's a very sore subject to me. First up, go ahead, Tomer. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Let's talk about it.
First of all, how was you guys' All Star break? You guys have a good All Star break? Was it a break for some of you? Any of you?
I am so happy that you guys got to go in person. I hope it was less boring than it was on TV.
I'll be honest. I don't remember watching much of the event because it was pretty boring until the final quarter.
Right,
It was pretty
right.
bad.
Hey, I want to make everyone recall. A couple weeks ago, I said Mac McClung. This is going to be his All Star weekend to
I
own
think you did
and
say that.
lose.
I think you did say that.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
been,
yeah.
I followed that hoop. I followed that hoops mixtape, man. Mac McClung was the truth. He continues to be.
Someone straight up asked him, "Hey Mac, what did it feel like to save the dunk contest? Save the good dunk contest?" And he was like, "Oh, I don't know about that." And then his trainer on the side goes, "You did. It's true."
Hey, that's a good soundbite.
It's
Hey,
funny.
you
Yeah, I
know
think we
what,
got it up. Yeah, it's
Puma?
funny.
Puma, congratulations. You got LaMelo, Rihanna's back, and you have Mac McClung.
Wow, wow. All right, let's
Can we
just jump
talk
into this right away.
basketball?
Yeah, talk basketball. Um, this week was a big week because not only did the NBA come back, but we have the team debut of one Kevin Durant. And our Hornets reporter Jerry was on hand for it because the Suns played in Charlotte that night. Kevin Durant made his debut. He scored 20. He scored 23 points, grabbed 6 rebounds on 10 of 15 shooting. I played, I believe, 26 minutes, almost 27 minutes. After the game, said I probably should have made 4 more shots, but all around just talked about the game. So, Jerry, you were there. What did you make of KD's debut with the Suns?
I mean, it's kind of exactly what I expected. It's not really somebody that you have to necessarily call plays for. Everybody was kind of worried about, oh, he's playing beside Devin Booker. Like, he didn't play beside Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson in Golden State. So, it's just a guy that you kind of just slide in and everything else just looks, it's a seamless transition. Like 23 and 27 minutes is kind of what I think was manageable for him, especially it's not like he was jacking up a bunch of shots. It's not like he was trying to force anything. Everything just worked within the flow of the game. So it looked really good to me.
I thought, and I think we talked about this, but watching him get to his spots in the mid range repeatedly and just knock down shots over defenders is it's just unguardable. I remember there was one play. I think he crossed over. It might have been Kelly Oubre went right to left, hit a jumper, and I think he got fouled as well. Just
Yep.
just an unguardable type of guy. I will give a nice shout out to Dennis Smith Jr., who found some way to block KD there in the fourth quarter. Came off the side, a nice block that you don't really see very often. Shout out Dennis Smith Jr. But yeah, KD was just KD. I mean, I think Jerry touched on most of it. He's just fit in seamlessly. Chris Paul, I think, had 2 points in that game, 11 assists, and they just blew out Charlotte. So um, scary team out west with Phoenix if they can figure it out, put it all together, and stay healthy.
Yeah, if they can put it all together and stay healthy. Yeah,
Do
I
you
have
have
nothing to
something
add.
you want to say? I want to hear Julian talk about this, man. Like that was his guy, like not even a month ago. So how do you
I,
how do you feel about the debut
I
of
am
KD?
I am still waiting on the Barclays Center to follow up on my ask to change, the screen printing on my KD jersey. Um, uh, Listen, KD is going to fit anywhere. He is the most efficient scorer the NBA has ever seen at volume, right? Like, and we all know what it's going to be. Like, if he was any other volume scorer, like he wouldn't work everywhere as well as he does. But when it's Hezzy, jump shot. There's nothing more inevitable than Hezi jump shot. That double crossover into the pull up is the modern day skyhook. It's the MJ turnaround of this time. It is the move, right? So he will fit in anywhere. We can talk about his debut. It was very cool to see, heartbreaking to see. But at the end of the day, it's against the Hornets. And Jerry, I know you're partial to the Hornets, but it's the Hornets.
That's
And
but if I could just interject real quick, I think that was the perfect game to get him back into, though. It's not a
I'm just not
team.
saying that. I'm just not like genuinely as much as emotional as I feel. There was nothing really much to say about this debut. He's going to do well wherever he goes. Um, I'll have more to say like when I see him face against a marquee team. Um, but when you're playing opposite of Gordon Hayward and PJ Washington primarily, like what's going to happen? You know, um,
Well, I mean,
shout out to Dennis Smith Jr. though. He remains athletic, if nothing else.
the the Suns do play the Bulls on later today, and then this weekend it's Suns at Mavs, Kyrie and KD. That might be
That's
a
what I'm
tear.
excited to
That
see.
might be a tear
So
fest
that
for Julian. Might just watch that game in
no,
tears.
no, no. Um, it I so my the heartbreak and emotions that I feel at seeing KD in a Suns jersey will be very balanced out to see that Suns team wax this defenseless Mavs team. 82 combined points or not from Luke and Kyrie. I'm so excited to
You
watch
know,
this.
it's
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 gonna be great.
it's kind of a lot in the same of like Tomer mentioned how they're playing the Bulls and then they're going to play the Mavs this weekend. All three teams, including the Hornets, aren't exactly the strongest defensive teams. So it's kind of going
I
to be a lot in the same. When you say marquee matchup, I think of a top 10 defensive team that you
No, no,
might
no.
be looking for, KD.
I think of it like they're two pieces of criteria. A team that can either defend him well, relatively, it's KD, or a team that can keep up with him offensively. The Mavs can keep up.
Cool.
The Bulls
Yeah.
won't.
So
The Bulls won't be that. I'll be waiting with bells on for Sunday.
so I
Cool.
did I did want to mention that because transitioning over to the Mavs, we've seen now what is this 9 games since Kyrie Irving joined the Mavericks. They are 4-5. They did go on, I believe, a 3-game losing streak. They lost 3 out of 5 at one point with Kyrie. Um, he's playing. I think he's coming off his high with the Mavs. I think he scored 40 the other night. And in his
Mhm.
8 games with Dallas so far, averaging 26 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds on 52% shooting. So, and 43 from three. So he's scoring the ball at absolute will. The Mavs are just struggling to find wins right now. They did just beat Philadelphia at home the other night, but losses to the Lakers, losses to Indiana, losses to Sacramento and Minnesota. Not great. So, what have you made of Kyrie so far? I think he's looked pretty good. I think they have a long way to go to figure that out. But what have you guys made of Kyrie with Dallas so far?
It's more of the same. It's more of the same. This is exactly what I expected. When I like dumped on the Kyrie to the Mavs trade, I never like doubted the efficiency at which that offense would go into hyperdrive. But let me ask you guys something, like a hypothetical. What is everyone's problem with the Kings statistically as a team? What is everyone's big barrier to them winning a chip? What is it like? We know
I'm
what that
guessing
is.
it's the defensive end of the floor.
It's the defensive end of the floor. And their defensive personnel is better than Dallas's. Way
Oh yeah.
better now. And their offense is I think statistically still the best in league history, like their offensive rating is, something like that. So the Sacramento Kings, the 7 seconds or less Suns, offense isn't the only hyper offense isn't the only thing that wins chips. The Golden State dynasty didn't win championships off of their incredible three-point shooting. They won it off their defense as well. They were a very underratedly balanced team. The Mavs were never going to be that. They're not going to be that for the 3 months that they have him. He's going to look good. And a motivated Kyrie always plays well. When he came back from his little COVID hiatus, his anti-vax hiatus with the Nets, he like had 3 straight games of 50, 60 points. This is par for the course again. Par for the course
Yeah,
again.
it's definitely, I can't help but agree more with that. It's definitely what we expect from Kyrie, like one of the best ISO scorers in the game today. I think him and Luka are top 5 in that category in terms of points per ISO. So you have two of the greatest scorers in the league today. The offense is definitely going to be high powered. They're definitely going to put up points. And any given night, they can give you 40 apiece, just like how we saw them do against Philly.
Yeah.
But how we just mentioned this marquee matchup with them playing Phoenix this Sunday, can they shut anybody down? Because if they're struggling to even, no disrespect to Joel Embiid, the dude's averaging 30. James Harden put up 27 in that game. Maxey put up 29. But, it's Philly. Like, they kind of have these lapses defensively where they just kind of fade away, like in the last 2 minutes of the fourth period, that I've kind of seen a reoccurring trend unless they have a real big lead to go into the
Yep.
fourth.
I
So
think Philly was
I'm kind
also
of
the
just
second night of a back to
expecting
back. They were playing Miami, had to travel all the way to Dallas,
they
so
did.
not the easiest back to back. I will give them that credit. Dallas was up by
It's
25
a
in
tough
that
matchup.
game, and Dallas and I think Philly made it a 4-point game in the fourth. So the
It's a
fight
tough
was there.
matchup.
End result, yeah, it was a tough matchup.
It's just the point is though, we're gonna see high octane offense out of those guys every single night. But it's come playoff time, even for the rest of this regular season, because they're like on the 6th seed, they're on the border of being a playing team. They need to finish strong and actually be able to close out games similar to how they did last night. But I don't know if they could do that with a well rested team or a high level team that's going to be top 10 in defense and offense, like a Boston or Milwaukee or Denver or any of those guys.
Yep. Yep. I like.
To me, in the last 9 games since they've gotten Kyrie, Dallas has the sixth worst defensive rating, but they've also had the third best offensive rating. 121 points per 100 possessions and 119 points per 100 possessions defensively. So they're scoring a lot of points.
Small
They're not
differential.
guarding anyone. Again, also
Small
small
Double-edged
sample
sword.
size,
differential.
small differential as well.
Um,
But I mean, look, one thing we've seen is oftentimes in the playoffs, the teams with the best players have the advantages. Luca is top 5 by far right now. I don't think Kyrie's that far behind him individually. How they work out together, because I don't think this your turn, my turn basketball is winning recipe. I just don't. I don't think it's ever been a
no.
winning recipe. Um, I think they've gotten some good contributions like Josh Green and those kind of young guys. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't buy Dallas. I just don't buy Dallas right now. I don't think they can
No.
You
really do
know,
anything. It's just
I don't
one
think.
two
the
kind of.
key, yeah, nah, I think the key would just have to be, it's kind of crazy that I'm saying this, but they need to play JaVale more because that's the only real big shot blocker that they have on the team. And he
That's the
has
only real
championship
defender that they
experience.
have. Yeah.
Exactly. They need to
He's
play
the
JaVale
most.
more if they want to go deep.
JaVale McGee has become a defensive stalwart for a team.
Hey,
Like
he's played his role. He played in the Golden State. He played his role down to a
he
T.
did.
When he got to the Lakers, he played his role down to a T. Even in Phoenix, whenever they had their playoff
I'm
run,
with
JaVale
you.
played well.
I'm with you. I like. I don't know what sort of mind blowing thing we were expecting, if anything, from Dallas. We are seeing exactly what I think all three of us expected. High octane offense, but they need that high octane offense to be at 100% every single night. Otherwise, they lose. They
Yeah,
beat you
yeah,
one way. They beat you one
right.
way, hitting you with the hit stick that is Luke and Kyrie until you lie down on the ground. And if they can't beat you that way, you're probably going to win.
Yeah, I agree with that. Moving on to
Yep.
another player who made a debut this past week. Um, I'm just getting depressed vibes right now. Russell Westbrook made his debut with the LA Clippers this past week. They are. It was interesting that we were at All Star. I think Sunday night the event happened. Monday morning we all woke up. Russell Westbrook to the Clippers. We're like, okay, this is happening. Uh, got back, had a day off. Russell Westbrook press conference, said all the right things. The Clippers want to play him in a specific role. Um, Thursday's game happens. They play the Kings. They put up 175 points, turned the ball over 25 times, and hit 26 threes and lose. Um, and it kind of just snowballed from there. They're 0-4 since adding Russell Westbrook now. Um, I'll give my thoughts after I hear you guys. But just what have you made so far, Russell Westbrook with the Clippers?
Go first,
You can
Jerry.
go. Oh, okay,
Well,
okay.
listen.
This is this is very very bad. This is insert that Stephen A. Smith clip.
First of all, first of all, I know that Russell Westbrook, by virtue of you know the fact that they signed him, you signed a name like that. Still, for whatever reason, there's this aura that you need to either start him, give him the lion's share of the minutes, or both. Pouring out for Terrence Mann, pouring out for Norman Powell. I really loved where those two were going. I still love where those two are going, but um, eye test wise, Russ does fill a need that the Clippers have had. I think he speeds up their offense really well. He gives them like a relentless rim pressure that they don't have as much. But they pay for it like every team does with Russell Westbrook, with you know enough boneheaded plays in tense enough times that it influences the game. I don't think I think that his you know muffs were more spectacular than any of the Clippers, but I don't think he contributed over much to their 0-4 record since the trade. Um, so I think that I like him better, at least eye test and fit wise, on the Clippers than I do on the Lakers, or than I did on the Lakers. Um, but pouring out for Norman Powell and Terrence Mann, I really like those two. Um, getting a lot of time, and in Terrence's case, starting.
Yeah, it's it's kind of sad because obviously they're on 4 since they acquired Russ, but Russ is also damn, I can't talk. It's just such a heartbreaking moment, man. Like he's actually 0-14 in his last 14 starts, like dating back to with the Lakers. And obviously the fit with LA, like you mentioned, was terrible. I didn't like him and LeBron on the floor together, like at the same time all the time. Two ball dominant guys that didn't really know how to play off one another. It just never worked. Then you put him with the Clips, and like you just touched on, it's definitely a better fit with two guys that are comfortable playing off ball because both of them started out that way. PG and Kawhi, I'm
Right.
talking about here, at the start of their careers with Darren Collison, and then for Kawhi, you had Tony Parker, Manu, and all those guys. He was good. So those guys know how to play off the ball. That's why things do look for the eye test, as you mentioned, a lot more appealing than what it did for the Lakers. But my biggest issue isn't even with Russ. Like you said, it's
Right.
definitely not his fault. I just feel like it's on everybody
And
because
a
there's no reason.
part of that too, I forgot to mention, Zubats, they miss Zubats. They miss him in the middle.
Yeah,
They
of
miss a rim
course.
protector. You know,
But
I think more than
it's
Russ.
still depressing though. Like at this point,
Yeah.
and Tomer, you got a front row seat to it. Ty Lue saying that they still need to figure out, the rotations and stuff like that. It's March. Why do we still need to figure out rotations? I get you added in, 3 new pieces in Bones, Mason, and obviously Russ, but damn, man, like you need to be able to get this shit cranking out the right way now before you guys are in some serious trouble of having to play in a playing game instead of being able to crawl your way back out. I blame everybody for how the team looks as of late because the
Uh,
Kings game, all those boneheaded turnovers, it just sucked. The Warriors game last night, I seen 3 ill-advised threes off of offensive rebounds that Terrence Mann got and kicked
Yeah.
back out. And it was just a bunch of ill-advised shots. And then Ty Lue pulled the plug like with what, 7 or 8 minutes left in the fourth?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. The sad thing
Like
is
it's
that, like, in
terrible.
spite of all these issues, and I do think that a lot of them will be solved once Zubats is fully healthy. Or a lot, like, I think like the defensive siveness that they look like will be solved when Zubats is back healthy. The sad thing about Westbrook is that at this point in his career, and like you said, 0-14 personally, um, it's hard to get away from the narrative that Russell Westbrook is having for himself. And he will have a lot of that weight on him, not eye test wise, but narrative wise going forward. There's an aura about that you can't just get away from now. That's my thought.
Look,
Go ahead, Tony.
I think there was a stretch here. I'm looking at some of their game logs. previous 22 game stretch before they added Russell Westbrook, including the trade deadline deals and all that, they averaged 10 turnovers a game, 10.6 turnovers a game. They struggled with it early in the season. They got a handle on it. They started Terrence Mann for about 20 games. He really figured things out as a starter. I think with Terrence Mann, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George starting together, the team was 10-3 overall. A lot of those coming closer to the trade deadline. And since they've acquired Westbrook, 19 turnovers a game, a 1-point overtime loss to Sacramento, a 10-point overtime loss to Denver, losing to Minnesota inexplicably, and then getting blown out by Golden State. They've had 25 turnovers, 24 turnovers, 16 and 12. I'm going to say this. This is not Russell Westbrook's fault because he came into a team, and I think for the most part, he's done what they've asked him to do. I think yesterday's game against the Warriors was probably the most out of character we've seen him from what they want him to what they want him to do. I think he shot like 3 of 12. It wasn't great. Had 4 turnovers, but in his first 3 games, I think he had like 2 mid-range attempts. All his threes were catch and shoots. The turnovers were not great, but you could understand them. A moving screen here, trying to get Plumlee the ball down low. So it's not his fault, but it's also his fault in that him joining the team and being a starter has thrown everyone into some whack flux right now. Like it's just completely out of sorts right now. Where Terrence Mann was starting, Norm had a good rhythm with the second unit. Now Terrence Mann's coming off the bench. Norm has to find his rhythm as a secondary ball handler with that unit. Eric Gordon can't even find the basket right now. On top of that, Ty Lue isn't playing Robert Covington. He's playing Marcus Morris a few too many minutes. It's just all over the place right now with the Clippers. It's all over the place. So while I don't believe it's Westbrook's fault because he did come in and do pretty much what they needed him to the first 3 games, it kind of is because it threw everyone else out of sorts. And the thing is, these are also professional basketball players, so like they should be able to figure it out. Like Kawhi Leonard after losing to the Warriors said that we've had enough. We have the guys. We're veterans. We should be able to win these games. And yet, as Jerry said, as a starter, what is he? 0-14 in his last 14 starts. 0-4 at the Clippers. Again, they're a point. If they foul Sacramento up 3, they probably win that game. They grab a rebound against Denver, they probably win that game. So there's different. This could be a whole different script. That could flip the script for their season. They might have more momentum. They might blow through Minnesota. So
now,
it's tough.
Tomer,
It's not
don't
great
get me
right
wrong
now.
too.
Not great right now.
The look on Westbrook isn't great. In high leverage moments where he's seen the floor, he has made mistakes. It
For
has
sure.
not looked good in those high tension, high leverage moments. The lowlights are there. So, that is, you do have a basis in that. But, with all that being said, I'm pretty sure their pace is picked up. That might even just their turnovers might just be a natural progression of their pace. So if we're talking statistics, right, I'd be interested to dive deeper into their defense. Again, I don't think that the issues are necessarily Westbrook's fault. But to your point, he has looked pretty damn bad trying to force the issue in high leverage moments, and 0-14 is pretty damning somewhere. At some point, if people keep, dying when they hang out with you, you're just weird to be around at some point. You know what I mean?
I'll put
Look,
it this way,
like
and this is a very small sample size. I understand it's a very small sample size. It's hard to take too much out of it. But in 98 minutes together with Russ, PG, and Kawhi on the floor, the Clippers are getting outscored by 15 points per 100 possessions. With Terrence Mann, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George together on the floor, they're outscoring opponents by almost 8 points per 100 possessions, 293 minutes compared
see,
to 98 with Russ. Small sample size for
just
Russ, but
it's just
15
like
points per 100
what I'm
possessions is not
hearing.
nothing.
It's not. But what I'm hearing out of you, just like your rant earlier, how you said it's not really Russ's fault, but it kind of is because how he's been playing, and the team's 0-4. But that's on Ty Lue to figure out
Thank
when
you.
and how to play Russ. Like Russ can't walk in and say, "Hey, I'm starting." Like, no, you're a player. Darvin Ham set you on the bench for that reason because he didn't feel like you could play with LeBron. Maybe that unit that they did roll out with Mann, Leonard, and George is going to be your recipe to win down the stretch. Meaning, maybe Ty Lue needs to bench Russell Westbrook. And yes, He has played very well as a Clipper thus far. The guy is not washed. I think he could still play at a high level for a contender somewhere. I do think that. But he needs to know where and how to play. And that's why I blame everybody. I blame Ty Lue. I blame Kawhi. I blame PG. Everybody's at fault here. Because they brought in Russ because they needed that true point guard. That's why they brought John Wall in at the beginning of the season, right? He was supposed to kind of fill that role, and they have Reggie Jackson and those guys. Now
Or
both of
speed
those guys
demon
are
point
gone.
guard, yeah.
Yeah. Now you have Russell Westbrook. Bones is your de facto PG along with Terrence Mann. So
Here's
they have to
Bones
figure
isn't
it
even
out.
playing right now. It's just it's a whole
Exactly.
mess.
well that's the other thing too. So if we want to talk about like blame and placing it somewhere,
He throws for you
this
too.
is prime territory. Remember when I said I wasn't a big fan of Ty Lue as a coach, and y'all push back on me for that? Time for Ty Lue to push back on me for that, with how he
Well,
works his
my,
rotations,
my
what he
counter to
does.
that is when you have 11, 12 guys who are really good and all have a case to play, that's really hard to work with. So I've always thought that coming into the season, one, they needed a backup center, and two, they needed to make that 11, 12 good group into an 8 or 9 great group. 8 or 9 solid guys that you know will play in the
Sure,
playoffs, can be
sure,
ultra reliable. And
sure.
I think they had that before they signed Russell Westbrook. And again,
Um,
not that Russ has played that poorly. No, they had a solid rotation down before Russ came in. They did. They won. They beat Phoenix pretty handily in Phoenix. Terrence Mann outscored Chris Paul and Devin Booker by himself. So they had something good going there. It's just tough. Um, I did want to go
here's
into go for it.
no, I like again. Listen, that's the coach's job. You're a top 5 coach in the NBA. That's part of the job. And I understand it's a small sample
Yeah.
size. Tenure just started with Russell Westbrook. Ain't Russell Westbrook's fault. I will not place blame at least solely on his shoulders. Blame goes 4 or 5 people deep at this point.
That's fair.
If
That's
we're
fair.
push if,
I
if we're
did
pushing
want
it.
to I did want to bring up another thing that was Clippers related, but Paul George earlier this week went on JJ Redick's podcast, had some pretty eye opening comments from
Mm.
my perspective. I wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on it. Where he went on there basically said, I had to be honest with myself that in order for me to win at the highest level and get to where I want to be, I don't think I'm the one guy. He said I can score with the best, I can take over games with the best, but I honestly don't think that's what my game is if I want to win an NBA championship. How does that sit with, um, mind you, Paul George is tied with Kawhi Leonard as the highest paid player on the Clippers, making $43 million, and he is the seventh highest. He's tied for the seventh highest paid player in the league.
Um I don't know how I feel about that. I wish that he would have learned that earlier. I would have loved to see him, be able to say, "Okay, I'll be your number 2 LeBron in LA." I wish that he'd learned that before he also left OKC. Um, uh, but we've had this discussion with players like Paul George, with Kawhi. Someone needs to step up and be at least the number one like killer in the room for a team. Who is out on the Clippers, Tomer?
Kawhi has been that guy.
I don't, and I think that's kind of a problem. I don't think personality wise, Kawhi is, when fully healthy and at his peak, top 3, not number 3 player in the NBA. Genuinely, I say that. But the number 1 killer in the Raptors locker room was not Kawhi. It was Kyle Lowry. I will stand by that till the day that I die.
No, what? Did you watch the 2019 playoffs?
I did,
Kyle Lowry was
and
their
I can
heart
tell
and
you
soul. I can agree
that
with that.
that's what
Kyle
I'm
Lowry was
saying.
not the one putting up
You're
44 points
No, 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 no.
in
That's
big
not what I'm saying.
situations.
That's not what I'm saying.
You're saying killer.
There's a difference between best and the killer. Kawhi is a pure killer. Or there's a difference between heart and soul of a team and killer.
Okay.
Steph Curry. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. But someone is going to need to be the heart and soul of the Clippers. Someone's going to need
I
to
agree
take
with that.
that number 1 role.
I agree with that.
That's
Okay.
what I'm saying.
So that's
Who is that?
that's not necessarily an on the court thing. That's more of a leadership type of thing. That's not necessarily on the court.
That's
Yeah.
on the court. That's definitely on the
I don't.
court. That
No,
shows
I
itself
don't.
on the court. That's
It
why the
shows.
Golden State Warriors have stayed relevant through everything. It's because of Steph. Like, Steph happens to be the best and the best or second best and the heart and soul of that
No,
Warriors
No,
team.
Draymond is the heart and soul of that team by
Draymond is the heart
far.
and
No,
soul
no,
of
no,
that
no, no,
squad.
no, 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 no,
By
Draymond is the
far,
heart and
what?
soul of that squad. Without
no, no,
Draymond,
no,
they
no,
don't
no.
get those championships.
No,
They
not
don't
at
get.
You
all.
have to
And you
give them
think
that credit.
and you think that they get them without Steph?
No, that's not. No,
No,
no one's saying they
bro,
are.
that's not what I'm saying. But we're saying, like, the argument that you
The
just
heart and soul
made
doesn't have
for
to show on the
Kawhi,
court that way. Not always.
yeah, like, no, I can't even necessarily agree with that, Tomer, honestly. It's just Kyle Lowry definitely was the heart and soul
Okay,
for the
fine,
Raptors.
fine. Okay,
That could
so
be
we
the
can
leader.
so we can split the difference then between Dre and Steph then at the very least. Give me that. Like they
No,
have
No,
their they have
no.
yes. Oh my God, yes.
I'm not
Jerry,
And
saying
Jerry,
that
Jerry,
Steph
Jerry,
isn't a leader.
Jerry. What were you gonna say, Jerry? What were you gonna say, Jerry?
Like, yeah, all I'm saying is for like the
okay, fine.
Raptors,
Okay, add a
dude,
third
Dude,
category
let
of
him say.
leader.
Let him
Like
say it. Let him
just chill,
speak.
oh my
just chill,
Julian.
God.
just relax. Because what you said was kind of blasphemous. Because you started out by saying that Kawhi wasn't the best player, then you realized like, oh shoot, I got to
Okay, fine.
backtrack a little bit
I
and push him back
misspoke.
out there. I get it,
Let,
I get it.
let me
I'm just
correct my
saying though,
speaking then.
you did.
If we
But when you came down to the Warriors, and when you look at that team, and you said pretty much most years, other than when KD was there, Steph is the best player on the squad. This is the guy that's going to take us there. This is the guy that can do it. But the vocal leader, the guy that was doing all the dirty work, was Draymond Green. Just like for the
those are
Raptors, it was Kyle Lowry.
those are two different things. We can add a third category of leader then too if you want, right? Like what I'm saying is at the very least if you split the difference, the emotional like fine, Draymond Green is that like grit of the Warriors defense at the very least or what we can split hairs all that we want. The point that I'm making remains the same. The Clippers are anemic because neither of their two best players want to take the reins of being the heart and soul or the leader on the court of that team.
I disagree with that strongly. Kawhi Leonard has shown with his play that he's by far number one, and he's doing this in his first year back from ACL injury. I mean, the guy against the Kings put up 44 points on 16 of 22, and at one point he was 16 of 19 shooting against Denver in that tough ass environment where they struggle sometimes. 33 on 12 of
I'm
19.
not
No one else showed up.
I'm not nec-
So
I'm not
Kawhi's
nec-
leadership shows up on the court. That's who he is. This is actually a direct quote from Popovich too. Kawhi's a leader on the court, kind of by example. The vocal leadership, the locker room type of thing, is still kind of developing. But that's what Kawhi is. So you can't say he doesn't have that
Nope.
killer or he's not that guy on the court because he is.
I'm not saying that he's not a killer. He wouldn't have had that buzzer beater in Philly if he wasn't that killer. They wouldn't have beat Golden State even without KD if he wasn't that killer. That's not what I'm saying.
But you're saying the Clippers are missing
But
that. You're saying the Clippers are missing that.
the clip no, the Clippers are missing a true nucleus, like someone to center around, a sun to the rest of their planets that makes everyone better. I don't think Kawhi those aren't mutually inclusive exclusive, I forget the term, things. You don't just get to be the best player and automatically get to be that hub, that nucleus, that nexus, that
Sure,
brain, that motherboard.
sure.
To some degree,
That's my
to some
point.
degree, I can agree with what you're saying to some degree. But I also do see the point of Tomer saying Kawhi isn't one of those super vocal guys or somebody that's in the locker room that's going to put his arm around you and be like, hey, it's okay, yada, yada, yada. I get your point in that regard. And I can agree that they do need somebody that probably is like, I guess, that boss of the locker room or somebody that could provide that veteran leadership where it's like, hey, guys, this is what we need to do. I might not be the best out there, but I can tell y'all, I can give y'all a game and we can get to the promised land this way. I could agree with that because Kawhi or PG aren't those guys in terms of that. But Kawhi and Pete, I don't know about PG, but Kawhi as a leader, I think he is a pretty damn good one because he's one of those silent ones, just like how KD is. I
Lead by
define
example.
KD to be a leader with his play. Yeah.
That's
With
fine.
like
That's
how,
fine. That's fine. But what? Name an example where that has won a championship.
2019.
Where
well,
that type of
what can you
personality.
what can you
No,
say
but
about the Spurs?
he had
The
Kyle
Spurs
Lowry.
champion.
Then
You're
their
saying
coaching was
just
so
that
strong.
without the vocal leader?
What? Whoa, what?
You're saying name an
No,
example when that's
no.
20.
Because like in 2019, locker room or not, Kyle Lowry was like also the vocal leader and you know game and table setter for that Raptors team. Don't underrate him by saying that it was just Kawhi that led them there.
I'm not.
So
I'm
that's what.
strictly.
So there
All I'm
was
saying.
crossover to that. Someone lived in both arenas. On those Spurs teams, we can talk about Greg Popovich. We can talk about Tim Duncan. I can't think of a time where that has been where a non-vocal ISO player in an ISO-centric system has led a championship run all on his
So
own.
are you calling Kawhi an ISO player? Like who are you identifying as an ISO guy here?
So Jesus. Uh
I think it's
ISO relative to like Tim Duncan. What I'm saying is there you don't need to be like a Chris Paul or an MJ or a Steph/Draymond. You don't need to be that. But if you're going to win a championship, you better have someone on your team to split that duty with you. And the
sure,
Clippers
Boom.
don't
sure,
have that.
sure. I
I,
agree.
I
And in
could
And
agree
terms
with
of
this
you
is
that,
there.
and
I'm with you.
and that's what
so
this
the
comes
Clippers don't
down to
have
at the
that.
end with the Paul George comments.
Yes. And that was my point about Paul George. The Clippers have none of that. My reasoning for me not believing them winning a championship, I don't believe in their championship odds because they don't have that. They don't got
And
it.
in reality, I thought Patrick Beverley could have been a perfect addition because he has experience in that locker room. It could have been that vocal leader. It's hard for Russ. I mean, Russ is that guy, but it's tough to come in a new environment and go, all right, I run the
Well,
shit type of thing. Like, all right, you guys got to
y-
do this, do this, do this. Pat, I think could have
you
done
also
that
still
because he'd been there.
like the unique thing about Draymond too is that like yes, Steph was by far the most talented player on that, pre KD championship Warriors team. Duh. But like Draymond captained on court too on the defensive end and still acted
Right.
as a secondary
On
offensive
both
hub.
sides. On both
Right, right,
sides
right,
of the ball, Draymond was
right, right,
captaining. That
right,
was that
right,
dude, bro.
right. I'm not underrating Draymond. I'm just using that as an example. You can't have just like your fifth starter, 6 man or lower, also be that dog. It has to be one of the big three, big two on your team.
Right.
It
Right. So
can't just be some guy.
I don't want to go too long on this, but I did want to get just the reaction to that Paul George comment again. I guess Julian, we kind of heard from you, so Jerry.
Yeah, no, I just honestly, when I heard it, it didn't put me in a bad mood about it. How like I seen Stephen A. and Perk said they should have never admitted that and blah blah blah. But to some degree, it is good to know your role and good to know your talent level on the team. Like how Dwayne Wade admitted to LeBron, like, "Yo, if we're gonna be good after the 2011 Finals, I need to give you the keys, and you need to be LeBron James." But in some cases with the 2000s Lakers, Kobe and Shaq, both of those guys felt like they were the alpha dog. Like, I'm better than you. No, I'm better than you. So it worked out in their case, right? They won 3 championships. But that doesn't happen often. Even for Scottie Pippen and MJ's Bulls. Scottie knew MJ's that dude. I'm gonna give it up to him. You can go back in each championship team that had a star on it. And it's kind of like, well, who's one and who's gonna be that 1B or the number 2 on the team? So I'm not
Well,
completely pissed off by it, but I don't think he should have said it so publicly. I appreciate the
Right.
authenticity and the rawness of it, but I think that's a locker room talk. Like, yo, Kawhi, you're number one.
I think it's
I can bang with him though. I'm just as good as Kawhi on some given nights, but he's that guy.
So
re-
That's
just to
an
give
AD
some
comment.
insight, on this, he said this at the beginning of the year too. He said um, in a post game presser, he said, Kawhi's the one, I'm the two, or Kawhi's the 1A, I'm the 1B type of thing. And I'm fine with that. We're cool. We'll play through that. And then Ty Lue the next game, I guess, heard that comment and said, "No, we don't need PG to be the two. We need him to be the 1B. We need him to be right there alongside Kawhi. We need
Exactly.
him to play just as well. Sometimes lead the team if possible. And he's shown he can do that at times. I think he possibly even played well without Kawhi. Maybe better without Kawhi. Problem is this mentality. I don't know. I don't think you can publicly admit that. I think you should keep that in house. And two, I don't feel like that mentality gets you a championship. I
Yep.
struggle to see how you're number two, you're number three, sure. You're number two, getting paid the same as the number one having this mentality? I don't see it. That's a
Well,
problem to me.
on
It's a
any
problem to
given
me.
night, PG could put up what Kawhi could put up, and vice versa. I
And he
look at
could
them as
also put up
interchangeable
five.
pieces.
He could also put up 10 points on 3 of 13 shooting and call it a night. That's the
Well,
problem.
Yeah,
again, the reason
that's true.
the reason why I wax poetic about all this is because if it's not about the leadership in the hybrid leadership between locker room and court, then this statement makes no goddamn sense. Because Kawhi is the more talented offensively of the two, right?
Right.
Two, it makes me angry that because this isn't how PG carried himself prior. He carried himself very much like he deserved a 1A treatment when he turned down LeBron
Right.
in LA, when he left OKC, when he left the Pacers, really seemed like he wanted that 1A treatment. And then three, this is giving Anthony Davis saying, I don't want to play center, I play power forward. This is giving a shirking of responsibility.
This is worse.
And,
This is worse to me. This is far worse to me.
Yeah.
This is far worse. This
well,
man
like,
is the
Like,
seventh highest paid player in
literally,
the league. He's
he
making the same amount
technically,
of money.
he
He's
technically
making the same amount
admitted
of
that
money as
he
Giannis
was good.
Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard.
Same energy. And maybe we're misconstruing his statements, but the fact that he went on to say that it bothers me, and it makes me worry that the Clippers are playing hot potato with the responsibility of being the 1A 1B. And because both dudes have shown evidence that they would like to hot potato that and leave the burden of true leadership onto someone else, so that they can
We
just
could
go
go.
out and hoop.
Yeah, we could go on about this for
Same
a
here.
while. We do need to move on though. So the last topic we have before we get some games. Lakers are 30-33. They are 11th seed right now, right behind New Orleans for a playoffs play-in spot. They're 5-5 in their last 10. But the big news is LeBron James is expected to miss close to at least 3 weeks with the the tendon injury in his foot. So my question to you guys is: are the Lakers cooked?
Yes.
Uh, huh.
If this,
Nah,
go ahead,
no, go
Chair.
ahead.
You
Go ahead.
first.
I'll go. Okay. Well, not. Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no mainly because the strength of schedule isn't really all that bad. We have some winnable games in the schedule. At least we're about to go on a 5-game homestand too, and I believe that homestand includes the Warriors and on Steph's return. So that's gonna be a tough game, but it's also on the road, and the Warriors are still pretty terrible on the road this season. We have the Grizzlies again, but I'm hoping that AD's back. I'm hoping that D'Lo's back. But just with the talent that was amassed from this trade deadline, I'm feeling pretty confident if AD's healthy. It's a big if, I know. He missed another game against OKC. It's a huge if. But if he can be that number one option and be that torchbearer that the Lakers want him to be after LeBron's out, I think they have just as good a shot, at least to make it into the play-in game. Now, getting that 6 seed that Darvin Ham
Right.
wants so bad, that's probably going to be pretty elusive because there are still some tough games on the schedule down this stretch. But with D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, Vanderbilt, Rui, like the team, it's a really, really good team. The pieces are there to actually make it to the postseason, at least to the playing game, to see if you have a fighter's chance to get inside.
To your point, Lakers are the second easiest remaining strength of schedule in the NBA, behind just in front of the Caps with the easiest record. They have the Rockets twice, the Magic once, the Bulls twice, the Jazz twice, the Thunder, the Raptors. So
Yeah,
second easiest remaining
yeah,
strength of schedule.
I like those odds.
are we talking purely just making the play-in games?
Well, with LeBron out 3 weeks, yes, I would say I think making the playing game would be a win for them if they do it without
No,
LeBron.
no, no. As in, like, your question is, are the Lakers cooked? Like, are they cooked towards their play-in race?
Yes, yes.
The Blazers and the Thunder are right behind them. Shea is playing super well.
He's been
Dame
out.
is
He's
putting
missed a
up
couple games,
ungodly
though.
numbers night after night. Dame is out. Here's my thing with the Lakers. They patched up most of their ancillary needs with the trade deadline, right? Vanderbilt, Beasley, D'Lo solve a lot of their length, shooting issues, true point guard starting issues. My problem is that Your primary issue is if you're the Lakers, LeBron is 37 and gets injured extended periods once a year at this point, and AD also either gets injured and is a mental flight risk game to game. There's that factor in there,
Yeah.
very much so. That that you mentioned, Jerry, AD being if AD is taking on that primary option, that is a legitimate if. And just as excited as we were the first couple months of the season when AD was putting up, retro AD numbers. Oh God, we have to say retro for AD for his numbers now. Is very telling. We forget that he's kind of in a weird place mentally, in a Paul George-ish place mentally. And I'm maybe not shot if the standard you're presenting me with right now is just making the play in, but they're already pretty damn close to it.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it right now, with the teams around them, they're 1-1 in the season series with OKC with one game remaining. That's a huge game coming up.
Yep.
They're 2-2 against Portland, so that's a tie. They're 2-1 against New Orleans with one more remaining, so that's a huge one there. So if they can come up with these huge wins here and there, there's a good. I mean, these games are super important, and I think they have a good chance to to make it if they do. I mean, they need AD to play really well, but Schroeder's playing well. They need Russell back healthy, but yeah,
Do you know
I
how
think
do we know how long Zion's going to be out?
he's supposed to get reevaluated sometime this weekend, I believe, before they
I
kind of look
think
back at it.
for me, the Lakers' shot all depends on if Zion's out. If Zion misses
I
this last stretch run, that's going to be
Zion Williamson is set to have an MRI on his hamstring next week. He's been out
okay.
since
see.
January 2nd.
Buckle up.
I do kind of assume that Zion will come back and kind of elevate this team, but the team that I'm looking at in that bottom four, like the 7 through 10 range, to drop out is going to be the Timberwolves. Because yes, they've been hanging on tough on to staying within that playing range, but I think eventually they'll fizzle out. Anthony Edwards has been putting on a show pretty much every night, and I love Anthony Edwards. Shit, I wish we would have had him in Charlotte. Honestly,
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
disrespect to
Yeah.
Lamelo, but it's Anthony Edwards
And
is
caught
the
up
truth.
and caught up to the early hype real quick.
Yes. Not saying that
Real
LaMelo
goddamn quick.
didn't,
No,
but
no, 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 no,
Ant
no.
was
I'm saying,
definitely the number one pick for a reason.
yeah, yeah.
But
I'm saying he caught
my
up to the
final,
Lamelo hype, in
yeah,
like to Lamelo's level of hype.
my final thought on this conversation though is that in order to get back into this playing range or the playoffs for the Lakers, Anthony Davis has to remember that he could be in the same tier as that Giannis or Joel Embiid or Jokic. He is that talented. He is that good. And
He
that's how
should
he
be.
needs to play in order for them to actually get back in this playing race. It's the only way.
Yep.
I want to transition this into our first game that we're going to play. So looking at the standings right now, 4 through 13 in the West is a jam-packed madhouse right now.
Hmm.
You look at 4 through 13, the Lakers play teams in that 4 through 13 range 11 times. The Thunder play teams in that range 13 times. The Warriors play teams in that range 11 times. So I want to look at some matchups in the West, and you guys tell me who you think has more wins between these head-to-head matchups all time, not just this season, all time.
Oh,
So
Okay. 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 Okay.
we'll start with the Los Angeles Lakers and Golden State Warriors. Who has most wins all time in that head-to-head?
Lakers.
Lakers. I'm going Lakers as well.
Are we
Okay.
counting Wilt's Philadelphia years? But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the
Okay.
Lakers. Oh yeah.
Okay, you guys are both correct on that one. Very nice. Okay, let's go with the San Antonio Spurs and the Phoenix Suns.
Spurs.
Spurs. Yeah.
Okay, the Spurs have the Suns have won 8 straight, and they still trail that season series
Yeah.
the all-time series by 13.
Yeah.
Hey, Duncan and
So
David Robinson were dominating.
Yeah. I'm even thinking about the George Gervin years, like too. Like the
Yeah.
Spurs. Yeah.
okay, let's go Utah Jazz and Houston Rockets all time. Who has the most wins?
Ooh.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I'm gonna go Utah. I'm gonna go Utah though. I think they had slightly better teams in the 2000s, despite Yao and Tracy. I feel like D. Will and Carlos Boozer and those guys were giving them a run still. And I'm
Houston.
gonna go Utah.
Give me Houston.
It is the Utah Jazz, 114
Damn
to
it!
100.
Good on you. What is it?
So
What is it?
Jerry,
One what?
114 to 100.
Damn it! 14 wins.
Yeah.
Good
Damn.
margin.
All right.
Yep.
Damn.
The LA Clippers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Who has the most wins all time between those two franchises?
Oh, that's disgusting.
What are we doing?
Uh, it has to be.
This is a toss-up.
It had. I'll give it to the Clippers. Elton Brand stole a couple from KG. We had the lobster.
I'm really just trying to think of like, the 20 after the 2010s, because obviously the Timberwolves were like, and the Clippers got CP, so they're on the way up a little bit.
Right.
So I'm
So
like,
what I'm thinking is the Clippers dominated. I'm not going to share my notes with you. We're competing, right?
Yeah.
I get.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Screw you, Jerry.
You can
I
work
don't
together
need
if
your
you
notes.
want. I think it'd be more fun if you guys picked opposite each other. But
Oh, for
whatever you
sure.
guys
But
think. Whatever you guys think.
I don't want to be wrong. Like, I'm gonna go Clippers too. I don't want to be wrong about this.
Clippers.
I'm going.
The
It's
correct
unanimous.
answer. The correct answer is Clippers. It is Clippers 68.
Lob City,
Wolves
baby.
60. Yeah. Okay. Let's go with the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Sacramento Kings. Who has more wins?
Oh my goodness!
Oh God. That's disgusting.
I'm going with the Kings. I'm thinking like, Mitch Richmond and then Chris Webber. Like, C.
Timberwolves.
Webb might have played on better teams than
Timberwolves.
KG.
Timberwolves.
Let's do it.
Timberwolves.
So you went Timberwolves and Jerry went
Yeah.
Kings. Wolves 65, Kings 60.
Yeah. KG,
Like,
2008 trade, man. He was there for a while.
Yep. Let's go with this is a fun one. OKC Thunder / Seattle Supersonics versus Golden State Warriors. Who has the most wins head to head?
Ooh. Warriors.
oh, that's so tough though.
Jerry's deep in thought. Deep in thought.
Because like my mind jumped all the way back to like the 90s to start. Then I was thinking like GP and Sean Kemp matching up against like Run TMC, you know? And obviously the Warriors never made it to the finals in the 90s.
Yeah, but you have to go further too. Those are old. These are
Yeah.
old teams.
I know, and then I'm dragging into the 2000s. It's like,
These are all regular
Seattle
season, by the way. These are all regular season games, by the way, all time.
okay, all regulars.
The 2000s belong to the Sonics for sure.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
man, this is hard though. For the sake of the debate, I'm gonna go with the Sonic / Thunder.
Jerry wins again. It is
Damn
Seattle
it.
/
Damn
Thunder
it.
141, Warriors 120.
oh God.
It's tough.
Yeah.
I was really just literally thinking about how good
Not
the
bad.
Sonics. And then KD
Yeah.
stole some from Steph and the Warriors in the regular
Yeah,
season.
yeah,
as well.
he stole some. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Did we do San Antonio Spurs and Phoenix Suns?
Yes.
Okay. Next one I have here is Phoenix Suns and Utah Jazz head to head. Who has more wins in that history?
Utah. I'm going Yeah, I'm going Utah. I'm gonna go Utah.
I'm gonna go Utah as well.
It's the Suns.
Utah Jazz 95, Phoenix Suns 100.
Oh.
5 more wins all time. Yep.
Okay. Because those Phoenix Suns teams were still like the Jason Kidd teams and the Steve Nash teams, even in the 90s. They're still pretty good.
Final three here before we go to our next game. Sacramento Kings and LA Clippers all time. Who has the most wins head to head?
Stop doing this! Oh my god!
Awful. Clippers. It has to be the Clippers.
I tried to make
I'm
these
going.
hard. I didn't want to go like Lakers Wolves type of thing. I tried to make it easy.
I think yeah. There's a reason the Lakers aren't really participating in this much.
I mean, yeah,
There's a
obviously.
reason the Lakers aren't here. We
Too
haven't seen
easy.
them since question 1.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go. I'm gonna go Clippers as well, though. I'm going Clippers as well.
You guys both went Clippers?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's Clippers 103, Kings 121.
Royals years.
Oh my goodness, that counts. Cincinnati.
Yeah, all time.
Royals
Even when they
years.
transferred,
Oh,
the Clippers go
Hey,
all the way back to the Braves.
oh, man. Come on, bro.
I was
Freaking
hoping
Bob Mack.
I was hoping that like the Bob McAdoo would win it too. Yeah. Damn.
Okay, all time here. Lakers and Clippers.
Lakers. This is a trick
Despite
question.
winning 10 straight and 35 of the last 42, Lakers 150, Clippers 84.
Oh
Little
my
brother.
God.
Little brother.
LA will never
That's
be
including
yours.
35 of the last 42.
Jesus.
And the final one that we have for you guys, all-time regular season. And by the way, this one is separated by 1 win
Okay.
all time. San Antonio Spurs and Los Angeles Lakers. Who has the most wins all time?
I hate you.
Oh, that's dirty. Because you know the Spurs were owning the Lakers in the 2000s after Shaq left. Oh man.
I'm gonna give it to
Oh,
the.
and then
I'm gonna.
even
Oh yeah, the 2000s and 2010s were pretty rough. Pretty effing rough for the Lakers.
because you got to think like after before we got Pal, the Spurs were handing us our ass on a platter most regular. I think they have a couple sweeps in there or like 3-1 season
Yeah.
series wins, bro.
So if I go back all the way, let me go back in my mind palace of obscure NBA history. 80s.
Man, I'm a Laker fan, bro. Give me the Lakers. I'm going to Lakers, bro. I have to. It's against my religion.
I'll take the Spurs. Jerry, I need to tie you. I'm down 3-2. I need to tie you. I'll take the Spurs.
Go Lakers. Go Lakers.
Spurs 92, Lakers 93.
Damn it!
Yep. The Lakers actually won 4 in a row, and they've been trailing the Spurs since 2013 until the last 2 wins in
Damn.
November. It was
That's
the win
insane.
that tied it. They've been trailing
is
since
Let's
2013.
go.
Before that, the Lakers led since 2000. Since 1985. 85 to 2013 is when they led until was their run.
Damn.
So a long run there, and the Spurs took over. That was fun though. That was fun. You guys did a good job. That was very fun.
That was hard.
Okay, we have some. I know there's a lot of talk about MVPs right now, and can Nikola Jokic win his 3rd MVP in a row? So I want to ask you guys: can you name me the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players who have won 3 MVPs? Not in a row, just 3 MVPs in their careers.
MJ, LeBron, Kareem,
Kareem Wilt,
and Kareem's on there. Yeah. Larry Bird.
Magic.
I don't think Magic is Magic on that list?
Magic is 3.
Magic is on the list.
Okay.
Yeah. 5
Did you guys
chips.
say?
5
Who
chips.
did you
3
guys say?
MVPs.
So Jordan, LeBron, Kareem, Wilt, Bird, Magic. Did you say?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have 2 more.
Bill Russell.
Russell's another one. 1 more. This one's a little tough.
3 MVPs. Run through the mind palace of 90s players. Hakeem, no.
Chuck, no.
Chuck, no.
Carl, no.
No. Kobe and or Shaq should have 3.
We're not talking
Poor
about that
guys.
shit. You're gonna piss me off.
I'm very. Do you hate Steve Nash too? Because I hate Steve Nash on a very personal level for all that.
I don't hate Steve Nash, but I definitely don't know if he should have won MVPs with KG, Tim Duncan, Shaq, Kobe, Dwayne Wade, T-Mac. We can go forever about this.
Yeah. Steph only won twice.
KD, Russ, and Harden only on one.
One
So they're
apiece.
Giannis has 2.
Jokic is 2.
Can you give us an error, like an era like with?
It was not in the 2000s at all. It's before the 2000s.
Okay, that's fine.
Before.
Why do
I'm
I
feeling
feel
like Dr. J? No.
How many guesses do we get, Tamir?
I mean, you guys went basically what 1, 2,
6
3,
for
4, 5,
6.
6, 7, 7 for 7 so far. So I'll give you 3 more.
Okay. Do you want to put Dr. J up, Jer?
I'm either thinking him or like I'm not quite sure if Moses won any either though. Like
I don't think Moses won a bunch.
We'll go Dr. J.
He won at least one. Come on now.
He won one, but I don't think he won. No. It sounds terrible, but no, he didn't win 3. He won 1. He won 1.
Dr. J. Let's throw Dr. J. No?
Dr. J is not correct.
Fuck. Okay.
Timmy only won the 1 MVP, right?
I think he has 2, or is it 1?
Maybe. I think it's just the 1. And it wouldn't have happened in the 2000s anyway. I'm running through like my top 50 NBA players of like all time. Not Dr. J. I feel like this has to be like a Celtic or a Laker, like Elgin Baylor or something like that.
I'm kind of nervous only because he missed some time since he was like in the military.
No. It's not Elgin, but I feel like it's like that era ish, like 70s, 60s ish. Jerry West is a potential candidate. I think he only won the 1 though.
What about like a Kuzi or a Havlicek or Sam Jones? Like, well, not Sam Jones. I know Sam Jones didn't win any.
Those are Bill Russell's boys. Bill Russell won those awards. Let me see. Not a Nick.
I'm honestly drawing blanks like on who this could be. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Okay. Tamir, do we have like a conference?
Eastern Conference.
Eastern Conference.
Do you want to toss out? We have 2 guesses, Jerry. Do you want to toss out the Big O?
Ooh. Yeah. I don't think he has 3, but that's a better guess than I got.
Wait. No. I have a guess. Elvin Hayes.
Woo! Give it to me. Elvin Hayes.
Elvin Hayes.
Is that official?
Yes.
Elvin Hayes is not him.
Damn it! Oh, I thought I had it. I had it good. Real good. We have one more guess, Jerry.
This is tough.
You throw it out.
Because he said Eastern Conference. I'm really trying to. Are we going back too far? Like, should we be in the 70s rather than the 60s? Because that's kind of where we're at.
Elvin Hayes was in the 70s, 80s ish.
Yeah, but it's.
A Nick or a Piston, Do you want to guess Moses Malone?
I feel like I know it's not Moses.
No.
This guy has 1 championship ring, if that helps.
1 ring. Is it Wes? Do you think, Jerry? Probably not. Yeah,
I don't think it is. I don't think it's Wes. I don't think another name that crossed my mind was Walt Frazier, but I don't think it's Walt either.
Oh, it might be. No, because he won 2 chips with the Knicks, I think.
Yeah, because he said he has 1 ring. 72 and 73 for those Knicks squads.
Let's guess the Big O.
Fuck it, Oscar Robertson it is.
Oscar Robertson it is?
Yep, let's do it.
Oscar Robertson is not correct. It was Moses Malone who had 3 MVPs.
You talked me out of it. You talked me out of it, man. I just knew it was Moses. Oh my God.
1979, 1982, 1983.
Damn, I'm
I
sorry,
should have.
Jer.
I should have stuck with my gut.
I'm sorry, man.
Oh,
I'm sorry, man. I thought he
damn.
split those with a doctor. My bad. I'm sorry. I swear to
Fuck.
God, I thought he split those with a doctor. That's on me. That's on me.
Damn.
I
We
thought it was like
had that
2-1.
shit.
I
We're
know
about
we
to make
did.
some man look like our little
I'm so
schoolgirl with
sorry.
this trivia game.
I
Oh,
know.
I
Damn it.
needed to throw one in there. That was just fun. That was fun.
Damn. Fuck.
Okay. Final game that we have here. Since we're on this multiple time MVP things, I wanted to look at multiple time NBA Finals MVPs. Why don't you guys name me the 12 guys who have won more than one NBA Finals MVP?
LeBron,
LeBron,
MJ.
Kobe, MJ,
One at a time. One at a time.
Shaq. Oh, sorry. Uh, go back through the list. We got Kobe, MJ, LeBron, Shaq. Uh, how many do we have here? 12?
You have 4 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes.
Larry, Tim
Larry
Duncan,
Bird is correct.
For
Tim
sure.
Duncan is correct.
Kawhi.
Magic,
Kawhi Leonard is correct. Magic Johnson is correct.
Kareem.
Kareem
I don't think
Abdul-Jabbar is
Kareem's
correct.
correct. Okay, cool.
Hakeem. Hakeem.
Nice.
Right.
Hakeem Olajuwon is correct.
They didn't have
You have
Finals
10. You have
MVP.
10 of the 12 so far.
KD.
For sure?
Yeah, he won back-to-back Finals MVPs. Yeah, for sure.
Kevin Durant is correct. One more. And this is where I win.
Okay, we already guessed Tim Duncan.
You have
Yeah.
LeBron,
Right.
Jordan, Kobe, Shaq, Bird, Duncan,
Yep.
Kawhi, Magic, Kareem, Olajuwon, and KD. You're missing one more.
Lordy me.
Dude, did I mention his name earlier? What we were talking about the Knicks, 72 and 73 championship. Okay, you already told me no. Never mind.
Oh.
Wait, who did you mention? Who did you mention?
Wait, Jerry, shut up. Jerry, it's one of them I think was Walt. One of them was Willis Reed for that last
Okay.
for those 4 points.
What are you
Okay.
guessing?
I just didn't want an official name out there. Tomer, I could tell he could smell blood in the water.
Hell yeah.
This man is like, say that again, one more time,
What
real
was
quick.
that?
Was there a guess in there? I just heard names thrown out.
No. No guesses.
No.
We're
No
faking.
No fun.
Jerry, I think it's Isaiah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Dumars played well enough or better. He didn't play better than Isaiah to take it away from him.
I think it's Isaiah.
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas is incorrect.
Ooh.
Huh.
Ooh. Okay. Is it Steph?
But that
No.
Finals MVP was Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. They split it.
Okay.
Oh, so Dumars did take one. Okay. Now Steph literally won his first
Yeah.
one last
Yeah. I remember. Yeah. That's on me.
Let's just run through the championships. Last year the Warriors won. Year before,
Yep.
Giannis took one. We already mentioned LeBron.
Yep.
2019, we already mentioned Kawhi. 18, we already said KD. 17, same thing. 16, LeBron.
2016, LeBron.
15,
Iggy.
14,
We're
Kawhi,
going to
13.
be here a long time if you do this.
Yeah.
Okay, never
It
mind.
goes back a long time. I will just say,
I got plenty.
you had the range a minute ago. You had the range a few minutes ago.
In the Isaiah thing, I think is what he's talking about. Is it James?
James who?
Big game. Jerry, what do you think?
James
Or does
Worthy?
he just have the one Finals MVP? Big game James.
Is Jerry frozen?
No, I'm not frozen. I'm
Oh,
in shock. I'm trying to think. Like,
No, Jerry, do
no,
you
you're
think Big
actually
Game
frozen for me.
James won 2 Finals MVPs? You did freeze for a minute, Jerry.
oh, no, I don't think so. I want to
Okay.
say no, but I told
Okay.
you told me no on the Moses Malone thing, and it ended up being the correct
Ah,
answer.
ah, 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 ah. No.
So I mean, throw out Big Game James, man.
Fine. Big
Yeah,
game James. James Worthy.
Big game James Worthy is incorrect.
Okay.
yeah. I figured.
How many guesses do we have, Tamer?
I'll give you two more. I mean, I thought I heard it earlier, but I guess not. I don't know. I guess I was tripping.
It might be Walt Frazier. Like, are you sure that Willis Reed took one of those?
I swear to God, he did. Guess Walt Frazier. I made the mistake with
Walt
Moses Malone. I'm not
Frazier.
making it again.
Walt Frazier is incorrect.
Yeah, I knew Willis Reed had that. It was because he
Okay.
came out like of the tunnel to make 4 points.
Oh shit. Okay, you are right.
Yeah. I feel Jack Sigma.
I'm gonna give you right now. No.
Oh shit.
The Sixers only had one championship in the 80s and late 70s, right? Or did they have two?
I think it's just one.
I believe it's one. Yeah.
Okay.
Julius
Because I
Irving
might
would be
want to. I might want to say Moses again.
out. Julius
Otherwise,
Irving won. No, Irving won. Julius won two. Oh, wait, one of those was the ABA.
ABA.
Never mind. Yeah.
ABA, yeah.
It
Tomer
is.
got my ass
It
again, bro.
is an Eastern Conference player. You know what? I just want this to be over. I'll give you the division. It's the Atlantic Division.
Atlantic
No,
Division.
which the Atlantic Division? Yes. Julian
So
should be very familiar with that division.
So that's the Knicks, Nets, Celtics. It's not going to be the Raptors, and the Sixers. It has to be a Sixer. I know, goddamn well, it's not a Knick. Unless Cedric Maxwell won twice. So the only it's a Sixer or it's Robert Parrish.
So let me say this: the Sixers have 3 championships in their history, and we're talking 2-time Finals MVPs minimum.
No, I don't. Man, I really don't know. Like,
Wait, hold up. This might be a question for like a different timeline. I feel like Wilt won the final. I don't know if they awarded Finals MVP back in Wilt and Russell's day. But if you
he's not. Well, he's not. He's not on my list now.
Okay.
Doesn't Wilt only have one championship? Anyway?
I'm surprised. You guys were so close to it. Yeah.
Yes, 2. It had Jerry. So it's not a net. It's not a Knick, and Toronto didn't exist then. It has to be a Sixer or a Celtic. So Cedric Maxwell,
Cornbread,
Larry Bird, which we already guessed, Robert Parrish. We can stay in the 70s. It could be John Havlicek.
throw it out. Havlicek steals the ball.
Havlicek steals the ball.
Your final vote?
Yes.
It's not right, but yeah.
John Havlicek is incorrect. You had it.
Who was
it
it?
was Willis Reed from the New York Knicks.
Oh, he won both times.
Yeah.
Both times. Damn.
In 70 and 73, yeah.
Damn. Okay.
You gotta be shitting me, man.
Tough. See,
Pissed me
I mean, I think these games are fun. I gave you everything but the last one. Moses and Willis Reed threw you guys off.
Damn.
I thought our New York native would get that in Julian, but I guess not.
No, I have a deep hatred for the Knicks. So they might be my blind spot. No, but I do love those teams.
All
so
right.
I surprised myself that I didn't get them. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get this draft out of the way.
All-time draft. Let's do it.
I haven't even. I'm literally about to look at some teams, and we're gonna not look at the teams, but just think of some teams right now. Let's see.
What's the draft order here? If Jerry selects, it's who goes first.
Tomera, you're first. I'm stuck in the middle.
I am
Okay.
number one overall. Let's go.
Give him the Pacers.
Does anybody have a list? Does
Give him
anybody
the
have a
gut-
list of the teams that we went through?
Yeah, we have gone through. We've gone through the Thunder, the Celtics, the Clippers, the Rockets, the Spurs, Pistons, the Lakers, and Suns. Julian, who did you pick last time? Says you're up here next. Who did you pick last time?
He did the Knicks. He did the Knicks.
I did the Knicks. Yeah.
Knicks. Okay.
Looking at this.
So that means it is Jerry again. So with Thunder, Celtics, Clippers, Rockets, Spurs, Pistons, Lakers, Suns, and Knicks have been selected.
Okay. You know what? They're the number one team in the West. Let's go with the Denver Nuggets.
Oh,
Okay.
How you gonna do that to me? Oh my
You got the first
Lord,
pick.
you going with the Denver? Yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
that's hard, bro.
Don't do this to yourself.
Just do it. Just pick it.
If he doesn't go 1, he's going 2. You know that.
Yeah, all right. We're going Nikola Jokic, number one overall.
Okay, there you go. That's okay. You can
Okay,
take
so-
him. I'll take Melo.
That was big.
Damn you!
I will
what
take.
did you-
Yeah, dude. You know what's gonna happen. Whoever
No, I
didn't
know.
go 1 was going 2.
I personally just really love. I just love Nuggets Mello. I have his jersey. I just love Nuggets Mello.
Dog, I still have my Melo jersey from like when I was a kid. It still fits me.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
Jerry
and
is still frozen in that old pose that he had. He
Yeah,
has
Jerry,
not
you look
moved
like
for me in like 10 minutes.
You look like a demon, dog.
Am I still frozen?
For me,
You're
I mean,
fine.
I hear you, but yeah,
Well,
we
as long
you're
as you
fine.
can hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you fine.
Well,
I hear
That's
you
all
good.
that matters.
For my picks, I will go Alex English and Dikembe Mutombo.
Ooh, yes. Give me David Thompson.
Woo! That's big.
Alex English,
Keep up with my wings.
Dikembe Mutombo.
Give me Skywalker.
I like it. I love it.
Who did you go with?
My team.
David Thompson.
Yeah. My team's got no middle threat.
I don't even know. I don't even know who David Thompson is. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Whoa.
seriously?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't remember. I'm blanking on him.
MJ's quoted as saying he's patterned his game after him.
Really?
David Thompson's cold, man.
Yeah,
David
dog.
Thompson's cold.
David Thompson, Skywalker Thompson, one of the coldest underrated nicknames in the NBA. Alex English, good pick.
That's a really good pick.
I think
That's
that's
a
arguably the
steal.
third best Nugget. We could have a little argument about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I don't remember how great he was, but in my mind, he was great, and that's why I'm gonna pick him. I'm gonna go, Allen Iverson.
Okay.
With the
So I could say I was
Nuggets.
I could say I was still pretty damn good.
I
Yeah.
think so. Yeah, I think he was. And then Jokic, Iverson of my guard and my shooting in between. Who's a shooter on the Nuggets? Did I shooter on the Nuggets?
You could pick up Aaron Aflalo.
Oh my God, this guy is being disrespectful right now.
I got some names jotted out, man. I hope you guys don't take them, but knowing Julian's
Yeah, because you
ass,
picked the team, man.
I literally picked the team in front of you. I had no idea who I was going to choose.
I'm
gonna go with Fat Lever as my second guard.
Oh, I took my pick.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, it's okay. It's fine. Give me Chauncey Billups as my point guard.
That's what I was deciding between.
Billups.
Big shot
like
Billups,
it.
baby.
I like it.
Mr. Big Shot. Hey, Nuggets
Man,
Billups was a problem too.
He was just like AI. You know, they came like at the odd parts of their career where their game was still efficient and lethal for the team and the system. I like it.
Yep. Yep.
I will take Mahmoud Abdul Rauf and Dan Issel as my
Bro,
two
this guy.
guys.
So how the fuck is this guy coming up with names
Jesus,
like that?
how well versed are you in Nuggets, Lord Jerry?
I didn't think about this. I just came up with this now.
Dude, I literally, bro, I'm being dead serious. I just watched Mahmoud's thing on Netflix. You can go look it up. And literally, he had the interview with All the Smoke not too long ago, where he was saying that when he was back in LSU. Yeah, like, you know, hey,
who was your second
I'm
pick?
proving my point.
Dan Issel?
Dan Issel, yeah, that's my second. And I play with the all-time Nuggets teams on the
bro.
2K.
How do you spell Issel?
I have down ISSEL.
I think that's right.
Okay, we'll just go with that. I'll look it up later.
You know what? Just in case, Tamer, who do you have right now? Oh, you have Jokic and two guards
on my team. Jokic, Allen Iverson, and Fat Lever.
Okay, so you have your center, but you know what? I feel like you're gonna try to cheese this BS. I'm gonna take. Give me Marcus Camby.
I need shooters. Okay, Marcus Camby.
Marcus Camby?
Give me Marcus Camby.
Yeah, you're a bitch. I was gonna take him. I was gonna go Twin Towers.
Camby. He caught a lot of strays in a lot of rap songs, like about like being washed up.
Undeservedly. Nick's Marcus Camby was still a problem. Yeah, were you actually gonna take him, Tamer?
He was.
I was gonna go two bigs because he can defend the rim like crazy.
I'm glad that I had a feeling that you might like have him on your radar. Okay.
Yeah, no, I was actually. So I was gonna go Marcus Camby and I was gonna go Kiki Vandeweghe. Now I'll just go Kiki Vandeweghe.
That hurts.
And I don't know who else they have. Who do I have so far? I have Jokic, Iverson.
Oh, I know who I want.
Lever and Kiki. So this is my last pick. 1, 2, 3.
I'm actually running out of names. Like, I don't know who else there is.
I need a big man. How long? Okay, I don't want to Chris Webber this again. How long did Kenyon Martin play in Denver?
Not well, not long.
He didn't play terribly. Like, he was solid.
But he was there for like 2-3 years. He wasn't there for a very long time. Kenyon Martin was unlocked and then relocked by Jason Kidd when he entered and left New Jersey.
I'm gonna go, and I just saw him. I just got his card on 2K. I don't know how good he is, but I'm gonna go with him. I'm going with Rafe LaFrance.
Oh God! Okay,
I'm gonna go with him.
All right. Give me Jamal
shooting
Murray.
around Jokic.
Oh, you motherfucker! I was definitely about to pick this.
You were gonna get Jamal?
What? Like, you just took Ralph LaFrance. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess you wasn't thinking about it.
Jamal's mine.
I have 2 guards already. I don't need another guard.
Yeah. Oh, Tamer wasn't a threat. Tamer wasn't a threat.
Now I just need somebody to run the show, man. Like, well, Mahmoud can kind of be that because people used to call Mahmoud like, you know, the Steph Curry of the '80s Nuggets and blah blah '90s Nuggets.
Oh,
blah,
he
blah,
really
blah.
did. He really watched the Netflix documentary.
Dude, I am not bullshitting you. I am not bullshitting you, man. Like, I used to play with Mahmoud in 2K too, though. Damn, you really like you kind of ransacked me a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie.
Will Barton.
You know what it was? You know, I would have. Julian messed me up by taking Marcus Camby because I was going to go Marcus Camby, Kiki Vandeweghe, and then I was done. And then you would have had some other options like Rafe LaFrance.
That name doesn't even cross my mind.
Rafe LaFrance.
Let me see what Rafe LaFrance is. He was a 90 overall in
Hey,
2K when I got him.
hey, Jerry. Andre Miller is still available.
You're
Andre is
discrediting Ray
available.
That's my guy. 2.6
uh,
blocks, 13 and 8. Come on now, it's not bad.
it's not bad. It's not bad.
13,
It's not
8, and
Marcus
3 for
Camby.
3 years.
It's not
No, you
Marcus
picked him
Camby, but
ahead
it's
of
not
me.
bad.
I wanted him. You picked him. I gotta get the best available. How
um,
about
you still have Earl Boykins.
Oh, get out! Stop talking.
that?
You can stop. That man is the definition of 2000s basketball because nothing looked like it fit well on that guy. But I like this game in Milwaukee, not so much Denver.
Earl
Oh
Boykins.
man, you know what,
Let's see.
man? This is really just a potential pick, and I'm just kind of adding
Don't
guesses.
go see
My
Webb.
mood
Don't
is
go
gonna
see
run
Webb.
my point. My mood's gonna run the point. We're just gonna take Michael Porter Jr. Man, I really can't think. Like I'm taking
That's
Michael
fine.
Porter.
Yeah, that's okay.
Wait, so
We're
Rafe
taking Michael Porter.
LaFrentz gets laughed at, but Michael Porter Jr. gets. That's fine.
Don't let Julian I said that was fine. Don't let Julian's laughter psych
That's
you
true.
out of
That's
doing
true.
things, man.
That's true.
He's
That's
just
true. You're
trying to
right.
intimidate you, and then he's gonna
That's true.
say,
That's
"My team is slapping yours." That's just how Julian works in these all-team
That's
drafts, bro. Like,
My team,
that's true.
my team is slapping yours.
I actually don't think
shit.
so. I don't think so. Let's run through the teams. We're done. Jerry, since you picked the team, run through your team first.
So we got Mahmoud at the point, Alex English running the 2, MPJ at my 3, and then Dan Issel and Mutombo round out my front court.
Okay,
You want me
Julian.
to? All right. Point is going to be run between Chauncey Billups and Jamal Murray. We have David Thompson, Proto MJ, and Melo on the wings, and then Marcus Camby manning the middle.
You
Stop
see
my
how
team
he's
from
talking?
scoring, and we can
You
stop
see
y'all.
the effect? The vocal effects. We got Chauncey Billups and Jamal Murray. Like he's trying to psych you out. He's
It's
literally
true. It's
trying
true.
to psych you.
This
Listen,
one I actually don't think. I actually don't think he's got anything on either of our teams, Jerry. I think our teams are actually better. You look at
whatever
my
helps you
team
sleep
though.
at night.
Allen Iverson, Pat Lever, Kiki Vandeweghe, Rafe LaFrentz, and Nikola Jokic. I don't know, man. You guys are at least Julian.
I feel pretty
What?
good.
Sorry, I
I'm proud.
I I was bored listening to your team. I was looking for socks. I have a night out tonight.
Hey, man, they call Jokic boring. He's still going to be a 3-time MVP.
Listen, I've been Jokic's biggest cheerleader on this show for the entire time, but he's not enough to help Rafe LaFrentz and Kiki Vanderway beat my team.
My guy, my
Hey,
guy. Pat Lever, Allen
all I
Iverson, and
know
Jokic
is,
on the same team is over. You got Rafe LaFrentz spotting up
dude,
for 3. It is a wrap.
I
Oh,
feel
Does
sorry,
good.
Rafe
sorry,
shoot?
sorry,
I don't even know. Does Rafe shoot? He does
sorry,
shoot.
sorry. I do respect Kiki Vanderway. I meant he's not enough to help Rafe LaFrentz and old Allen Iverson.
What did Kiki? Let's see what Kiki Vandeweghe did. I think we're
You gotta
underrating
look at
Kiki
the.
a little bit here. We're underrating Kiki. I'm
Hey
I'm
man,
praying we're underrating
I,
Kiki a little bit.
No. We are underrating
Bro,
Kiki.
stop. Kiki, Denver Nuggets Kiki, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 54% from the field. Come on, bro. Put some respect on my team's name.
I feel. Hey, Kiki was nice, but I feel
Dog,
good about my squad though, man. Like honestly,
you're
I take the cake here, man.
none
I
of
feel
none of
good.
none
I'm
of
gonna
y'all
say
scoring.
it's 1A me, 1B Jerry, and then 3 Julian. That's what I think we got.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Make.
I said
we'll
1A,
we'll
1B, Jerry.
we'll
I'm
say
one
all
A,
while y'all are
dude.
arguing
Literally,
about which teams of y'all's are second place. We'll be outscoring y'all every single time down the court.
dude. No, you're not. I have a better rim protector than you. Into Kevin Mutombo. I
Well,
have Dennis who can get me a bucket down low and
I'm telling you,
also score.
I'm telling you right now, David Thompson is putting him on a poster right now.
He's not putting Mutombo on a poster, bro.
He's putting
I don't
Mutombo on
care.
a poster.
I don't care
David
about no
Thompson.
Skywalker type shit. And we have Alex English. That's my buckets. And we have Mahmoud. That's
That's
that modern day Steph Curry. I'm
that's great.
good.
That's great. I have Melo. I don't need to talk to you.
That's fine. That's fine. But we have
I don't need
guys
to
that can
talk to
slow
you.
him down. I'm good. I feel great. This has been
Hey,
another episode of I Got Next podcast. The Denver Nuggets draft has been done. It's finalized. We're out of here.